What is up, guys? Sports Snippets, Dennis Sullivan here on a Sunday night. It is the 17th of January, 2021. How in the world are you? Here to talk about that classic game between the Cleveland Browns and Kansas City Chiefs. Second round playoff action. Winner goes to the AFC Championship. Could not have been a better game. Probably was, up to this point, the best game of the postseason. The Bills-Colts game is pretty good, and there were a couple other pretty good ones as well, but I would have to say this one had the most drama, and up till now is probably the most entertaining game if I had to choose one. Before we get started, guys, if you do like the content of this particular video, if I have succeeded with providing you with some insight and even, who knows, some entertainment along the way, go ahead and hit that like button. Also, feel free to subscribe as well to Sports Snippets with Dennis Sullivan for future content, future videos. That would be awesome as well. So, guys, let's get started. Storylines all over the place in this one. Mahomes leaves the game. I'm not sure as of this moment his status. He leaves, as far as the game went, with a concussion, was reported during the telecast. Can't say either way what the status will be for the AFC Championship game and Patrick Mahomes. In comes Henne, who, I don't know about you guys, but I haven't really seen much at all in a game in years, close to a decade. I remember when he played with the Dolphins years back. He's only 35, actually. I thought he was a little bit older than that. As a side note. And we had, of course, the late first half completion to Higgins, goes right down the right, or right almost at the end zone on the right sideline, fumbles into the end zone. They call it as a touchback. That was a crushing sequence for Cleveland. Was it a helmet to helmet? It looked like it was to me, guys. It looked like it was to me. Leave a comment below on your thoughts on that. Looked like it to me. That was a rough sequence for the Browns. And then they're saying, well, they can't review that kind of play. See, there's always going to be something. And in a way, that kind of reminded me of that, what we thought was a catch, Dallas Green Bay a few years ago. And it was not ruled as a catch. I think that was a Des Bryant. We thought that was a reception. In a sense, this kind of had that same feel. Tough break for the Browns, who hung in there. I tell you what, Coach Kevin, I'm tripping over my words because he did such a great job this year. Kevin Stefanski, what a great job he did with the Cleveland Browns this year. They have to hang their heads high, guys. They played well in this game. I mean, they hung in there. I mean, I don't know if this was the best game. They most likely not. I mean, Browns did some really good things. I mean, could they have played better? I mean, yeah, probably. But they hung tough, showed a lot of courage, and would fall to the world champion Chiefs by 5 points. It's a crushing loss, 22-17. Gotta tell you guys, that was something else. Henne, I mean, despite throwing the interception, he comes through in the clutch, 3rd and 14 with the run. Where did he pull that? Where did he pull that out of? He pulls out this amazing run. It takes him to maybe like, I don't know, this much close to a first down. I mean, he almost had the first down, which was kind of debatable right at the very end, meaning you could make a case that was a first down. I mean, that's hard to say. It kind of looked like a first down. Then on 4th and inches, they call one of the gutsier plays I've seen in a while, the rollout pass that was completed on the right sideline. Chiefs win, Chiefs advance. Now, guys, before I get into I like to break it down statistically, talk about some performances, things like that. Before I get into that, I just want to touch base on something. Let's talk about the Chiefs for a moment as well. Now, Browns Browns fans, I know right now you're not feeling good right now. That was a tough loss. But the Browns and their fans have every reason to hold their heads up high. Plenty of growth was shown with that team this year. Coach Stefanski did a great job. The Browns have come a long way. Remember, they had a lot of hype a couple of years ago. Well, now they are living up to that hype. They are. And they have a lot to look forward to next year, led by Baker Mayfield, who played well. I thought he played pretty well today. Not fantastic, but he played well enough. I mean, to pull out a possible win. Now, as far as the Chiefs go, I know I mentioned a moment ago I was going to get to the Chiefs. Up until the second half of this particular game, as far as I'm concerned, the Chiefs clearly the favorite to repeat as Super Bowl champions. But now with the Mahomes, he had a problem with his foot. He was kind of gimping around. Leaves the game with what appears to be a concussion. That was reported on TV from what I heard. With his health in question, that kind of throws everything up in the air here. But with a healthy Mahomes, the Chiefs are clearly, in my humble opinion, clearly the favorite to win and repeat as Super Bowl champions. I mean, during the regular season, it was pretty much the Chiefs and everyone else. Now, that's a little bit more up in the air, guys. So, share your thoughts with me. Leave a comment. Let's hear what you think about this game. Unbelievable. That was fun. That was fun to watch. Chiefs pull it out. Coach Andy Reid pulls it out. It's nice to see Andy Reid have this amount of success after years of just having pretty good teams. I remember back when he coached the Eagles, and now he seems to be getting. It's almost like he's now getting the breaks that he used to not get. And he's one of the older coaches in the league, and he really deserves it. I mean, he really does. If any coach deserves to get kind of the break here, the break there, I think he's definitely right up there. Maybe up until last year when he won that Super Bowl, I was like, good for him. He's a tremendous coach. So, guys, let's get into the breakdown real quick. For the Browns, Baker Mayfield would finish 23 out of 37, 204 yards. Looked like he threw for more yards than that during the course of the game. A touchdown and an interception. He was sacked once. Threw some nice passes, did Baker Mayfield. He's very, very solid franchise quarterback for the Browns. At least I think he is a franchise quarterback. Building your team around Baker Mayfield for the future. Plenty of upside there in the years to come for the Browns. Nick Chubb, 13 carries, 69 yards. I mean, the guy just produces. Would have been nice to see him get maybe even a couple more carries throughout that game. Kareem Hunt, not Kareem Hunt, I'm sorry. Baker Mayfield would have 3 carries for 11 yards. I jumped teams there for a moment, guys. Yes, and Kareem Hunt would have 6 carries for 32 yards. I didn't see his yardage there. Kareem Hunt had the rushing touchdown in this game. Mayfield, 3 carries, 11 yards. Rashard Higgins, he would have a pretty nice game. I mean, other than that fumble lost, he had 88 yards receiving on 5 catches. David Njoku, 4 catches, 59 yards. Donovan Peoples-Jones, a catch for 23 yards. Jarvis Landry, I thought this was a misprint. 20 yards receiving, but on 7 catches? Like, how do you do that? That's kind of, it's not even 3 yards a catch. And a touchdown. He did have a touchdown reception. Austin Hooper, 2 catches, 16 yards. Chubb out of the backfield, 2 catches, 4 yards. Hunt out of the backfield, catch for 2 yards. Mayfield, was credited with a reception, minus 8 yards. So, guys, I mean, was the offense on track for the Browns? Was that the best offensive performance that the Browns have had all year? No, not at all. But I tell you what, it was good enough for them to almost pull this one out. really don't have any criticism of maybe one small criticism, maybe a little more Chubb. I mean, he was rushing the football for over 5 yards a carry in this one. Yeah, a little over 5 yards a carry, as did Kareem Hunt, 6 carries, 32 yards. So they ran the ball well. Maybe a little more of that. They did throw a lot, 37 times. That's just a small, slight criticism I would have. That's about it. For the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes was his normal self until he left the game. 21 out of 30, 255 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions. He was not sacked. Tony Romo would mention a few times during the telecast, the throw would be off here, a throw would be off there. And he would say that in part this was due to his problem he was having with his foot. I would probably agree with that, because he did throw a few passes that weren't quite on target and almost un-Mahomes-like, shall we say. But nonetheless, he still played well. Chad Henne in relief, 6 out of 8, 66 yards, no touchdowns. He did throw that one interception when they were deep in the Browns' territory, fourth quarter. He was sacked once. If it wasn't for that one interception, I mean, guys, Henne had some big plays out there. A couple of big completions. He had one to Kelce over the middle. And then the mentioned run a few moments ago was amazing. I mean, I didn't know he had it in him. I didn't know that. That was pretty awesome. And then, of course, the clinching completed pass on the right sideline. Darrell Williams would rush 13 times, 78 yards. Mahomes, 3 carries, 14 yards and a touchdown. Tyreek Hill would have 3 catches rushes, 9 yards. Le'Veon Bell would carry the ball twice for 6 yards. Wouldn't mind seeing him getting a little more involved, right? Le'Veon Bell could still run the ball effectively, I would think. Mecole Hardman would have 1 running attempt for 4 yards. Henne, 2 for 12. Travis Kelce, I mean, guys, Travis Kelce is one of the better receiving tight ends I think I've ever seen. He is just like a force to be reckoned with, as Travis Kelce. He gets open right over the middle. He's good at getting open. He arguably, I'm going to say this, arguably Travis Kelce is the best receiving tight end I've seen. And there have been some really good ones. And the Chiefs used to have one in Tony Gonzalez. There have been a few other really good ones over the years. But Travis Kelce is something else. Tyreek Hill had another big game, receiving the football, 8 catches, 110 yards. Seems like Tyreek Hill, I mean, he's always there for them in the big games in the playoffs. Another very strong performance by him. Mecole Hardman had 4 catches, 58 yards. Nice complimentary productivity there for Hardman. Demarcus Robinson had a catch for 14 yards. Remember, Byron Pringle, 2 catches, 14 yards. Williams out of the backfield, 4 catches, 16 yards. So, what does this mean moving forward? It'll be the Buffalo Bills next Sunday, the 24th, going to Arrowhead to play the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, the Patrick Mahomes injury status will be a hot topic all week. Mahomes plays. I'm definitely favoring the Chiefs in that one. If he doesn't, I mean, I'll say this. Henne is capable. Chad Henne is capable. He's got a pretty strong arm. I mean, he's not Patrick Mahomes, guys, but that's a pretty good backup to have. Bills playing good football throughout the entire season. I'll end this video by saying, and I've touched on this a little bit here and there throughout this video, for the Browns, that's a good season that they had. Fans should be proud of their team, looking forward to next year. I know they're really looking to take it to that next level, get to a Super Bowl, but it won't be so this season, I am sorry to report. So for now, guys, this is Dennis Sullivan saying I will see you, that's right, yes you, very soon. Go ahead, leave a comment, like and subscribe. That would be awesome, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.